Let's start. Good morning. Welcome to the March 5th, 2024 meeting of the Chatham Historical Commission. We need to start off with a note about the meeting structure. I'm Bob Lear. I'm the acting chair today. Please note this meeting is being recorded and will be available shortly hereafter for scheduled and on-demand viewing on any smartphone or tablet device. If anyone else is recording the meeting, please notify the chairman. Pursuant to Governor Healy's March 29, 2023 signing of the Acts of 2023 extending COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, which is General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 20, until March 31st, 2025. This meeting of the Chatham Historical Commission is being conducted in person and via remote participation. Every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings as provided for in the order. A reminder to the persons who would like to listen to this meeting while in progress may do so by calling the phone number 1-508-945-4410, conference ID 527-192-77 hashtag, or join the meeting online via Microsoft Teams through the link in the posted agenda. While this is a live broadcast and simulcast on Chatham TV, despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide for real-time access. We will post a record of this meeting of the town's website as soon as possible. The call-in number is 508-945-4410, and as I said before, the conference ID is 527-192-77 hashtag. The first order of business is a roll call. Unfortunately, our clerk just arrived. Mr. Messina is absent. The chair is here. Mr. Burlingame? Here. Mr. Aikman is absent. Ms. Hamilton?
Here.
Ms. Porter is absent. Ms. Tennyson?
Here.
And our alternate, who will be a full voting member today, Robert Stevens?
Here.
Okay. The first order of business is the minutes from February 20th, 2024. I've looked at those and did not see any issues. Any other? Aha, okay. Ms. Stephanie.
On the back. On the back, the first sentence is, they explained they.
Yeah, I noticed that, and then I looked at it again, and maybe if there was a comma or something. Yeah. They explained it works that. They with the encouragement and support. So if you added that in there.
Punctuation would have to change.
Yeah. And you got that they could just put they explained that. Okay. Anything else, Steve?
Now, I move that we accept the minutes for the previous meeting as corrected.
I second.
Okay, we'll go down the roll of people that are here. Mr. Burlingame.
Here.
Ms. Hamilton.
Here.
Ms. Tennyson.
Here.
Mr. Stevens.
Here.
And Mr. Lear votes yes.
Yes.
Okay, the next order of business, we have one hearing today, and it's now time for that. It is application number 24-006. Be heard in accordance with Chapter 158, which is the demolition delay bylaw, pursuant to a notice of intent to partially demolish a structure at 55 Deep Hole Road. And Ms. Merrigan, you're here, and with your builder, I gather. Go on up to the podium. You can both go up if you want. Right, you want to give us your names, and then give us an idea of what you want to do.
Hi, Linda Merrigan, the resident of 55 Deep Hole Road.
I'm Michael Allen. I own MJ Allen Builder, and I am the contractor looking to
Okay.
do the scoped work at 55 Deep Hole Road.
We have had the drawings as part of our packet, and three of us that are here today were out there yesterday, so we've got a pretty good idea of what's going on. But you want to just give us an explanation?
You want to do it again? Go.
Well, they want to just, they sold their primary residence in Holbrook, and they're looking to spend more time down here in Chatham. And her husband, Bill Merrigan, is an attorney. And during the summer months and/or when anyone's coming down to visit, he just wants to put a nice office in there so he could work remote and do everything from home. So he wanted to put it above the existing master bedroom, away from everything in the house, so he has some peace and quiet while he's working.
And
Okay,
then the
so,
bedroom will be extended, the bedroom and bath that are downstairs will just be extended out.
and from the drawings, as I recall, you're going to be taking part of the back wall off, which I guess is the existing bedroom?
Yes.
And then bumping that out.
Yes, sir.
And then the second store will have a larger dormer on it for the.
Correct.
For the office.
Exactly. There'll be a shed dormer in the front and back.
And it's all gonna be shingled, similar to what's there?
Yes.
Roof material's gonna be similar to what's there?
Exactly.
I have a question about the application. It says that there's a proposed change in footprint of 622 square feet. And looking at the drawings, it seems like it's more, you're adding on something 14 by 20, which is not 622.
Right. I filled that in wrong. So what's being added is about 360 square feet. And just I guess the whole change of the upstairs and everything is about, the whole scope of work, the demolition upstairs as well is about 600 square feet, all said and done.
So
I filled that
the
out
square
incorrect.
footage of change is maybe 620, but the footprint, the building footprint
The
is.
building footprint is only about 360 square feet
Okay,
changed, yes.
which it makes us feel better. that
Right,
we're
of
not
course.
putting
Yeah,
on-
it sounds, yeah, that was my fault.
The other question that I have is that I don't see on the plans a ridge height shown on either the existing or the addition. Eyeballing it, it looks like the addition is no higher than the existing, but.
I don't believe so. I thought in the site plan or the,
Yeah, I thought they had addressed this with the permitting that we needed, and we added it somewhere because that was a question that it was the exact same height as the existing
Right.
on the plot plan.
on the plot plan.
Yes.
Thanks, yeah.
Well, the plot plan wouldn't necessarily show that. It would be the elevations that would, for example, the drawings that are up there, I don't believe there are any ridge heights on there. So I just wanted to make sure that it's not higher than the existing ridge height. The proposed addition is not higher than the existing.
I don't think it is because I spoke with the architect about that and I asked him that and he said it wasn't.
Okay, well, that's what I was looking for anyway, just to confirm that. In terms of historical significance, it is now 78 years old, right? At
Yes.
least the application says that. And there are other criteria to determine historical significance, which deals with unique architectural style or a famous person that has lived there or has some connection to the property. We did ask Ms. Merrigan yesterday whether George Washington slept there, but is there anything in its history that might make it historically significant?
No?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, a fisherman lived there for a lot of years, raised his children, and then sold it since, yeah. That's but as much as we
All
know.
right, that is what I noticed from the application. Any other commissioners have questions, comments? Go ahead. Mr. Burlingame.
Just a comment that encourages me, and I hope others, that we do need to update our bylaw to extend the age requirement of properties that need to come before us. The application to me says that the property is 76 years old, that these people are caught in that I think, too short a period of time. And I hope it encourages us to promptly take a look at that age requirement for us to consider an application.
I agree, and we actually talked a little bit about that after our site visit yesterday in terms of, sort of, are we sure we ought to be here kind of thing. Mr. Stevens, anything from you?
No, you covered everything that I was on the site visit, so I'm happy.
Mr. Burlingame?
I examined the property on Sunday and found the project to be very suitable. And I would move that the Chatham Historical Commission find that the buildings or structure located at 55 Depot Road is not historically significant because it does not meet any of the definitional criteria in section 158-2, A, B, or C of the bylaw.
Okay, I'm going to get,
Therefore, the commission does not impose a demolition delay.
before we vote, is there any comment from the public, either online or in the audience?
I'm a neighbor and I'm fine with,
You're going to, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go up, and if it's going to be put on the record, you've got to go to the microphone, sorry.
who knew?
Well,
Just being a good neighbor in there.
I'm being a good neighbor. Hi, I'm Teresa Redmond. I live across the street at 42 Depot Road. And I've seen their plans and understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. And I've spoken to other neighbors, not that I can speak for them, but I'm fine with the proposed changes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
With that neighbor ratification, ready for a vote? Oh, we didn't get a second.
Second?
Ms. Hamilton is slow this morning. All right, Mr. Burlingame,
Yes.
Ms. Hamilton.
Yes.
Ms. Tennyson,
Yes.
Mr. Stevens.
Yes.
Mr. Lear also votes yes. Okay, you are good to go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck with it.
Thanks.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I'll say I'm jealous as all I didn't have a home office.
Yeah, but he's so jealous of me. He said, I need to at least be able to work down there so I can be down there more.
All right, that is our hearing for today. I've lost my agenda. There's just a few business comments that I wanted to make. You'll notice from the prior agendas, there are a lot of issues on hold. There are now a few more that I've decided to add to hold because the town planner position is still vacant. However, the good news is the employment opportunity was posted last week, so the process has started to get a new town planner, but I don't think that's going to happen in the next few months unless by some miracle somebody's hanging around just waiting to be the town planner. Preservation awards, the note on the agenda is that the next meeting is April 3rd, and I think Christina has some other information to provide.
Yes, so there were 6 applications. 3 are receiving preservation awards. Again, our next meeting is in April, and we'll be discussing more further things about invitations and things, so.
And the meeting again is May,
April 3rd.
no, that meeting.
Oh,
but
the award ceremony
Right.
is May 18th.
Okay. All right, that is the old business. Demolition delays, that hasn't changed. 322 Bridge Street is still in limbo. I happened to be next door yesterday, and there's definitely nothing happening there. 107 Highland Avenue is under a delay, but it has been scheduled for a review at our next meeting on March 19th. So, Christina, is the packet going to have the original application in it, or should I warn the commissioners to?
We could make that happen if you would like the original in. They
I
did
happen-
not submit.
I happen to still have my thing from last time because or the previous hearing, but
They
I
had
don't-
submitted, I believe there was one elevation that we could include in the packet. The application itself has not changed. The plans of what they're putting on the property has
Okay.
changed.
Will you at least put that on the agenda for the online part? We don't have to
Yes,
have a
yeah.
whole new paper packet, I don't think.
Yeah, it's only one sheet, so we can make that into the packets, no problem.
Okay. Is that okay with everybody?
What is the address again?
107 Highland. It's on the agenda.
Mr. Burlingame?
Is there any good reason that we have the current 75-year-old threshold for acceptance on hold?
It needs to be a bylaw change,
Goes to
You know-
town meeting.
and it has to go through perhaps the planning board, I don't know. It's more than just us, hey, that's a good idea, let's make it 100. We gotta go through a public hearing process and things like that, and I guess we're waiting for the planner in order to plan appropriately.
Okay,
And I think there legitimately does need to be a discussion about, if not 75, then what? Which we could get some guidance from, I don't know, Orleans or Falmouth or whatever, see what's been there and what's worked.
well, I think today we saw a clear example of inappropriateness of 75. I think we're going to see more and more, and I think in my estimation, between 75 years ago and 100 years ago, there was not much, if any, historical activity going, construction having transpired. I think it would be to me, it would be an easy thing to go to 100. I could easily be convinced to go to 125 as a consequence. That takes us back to 1900, and to me, I don't see much happening after 1900 that would require our review, other than maybe some cottage colonies. So, just my thoughts.
Well, I don't disagree, except I've run into my house, for example, and some other houses that are all about that same age, from the teens. So they would be covered under 100, but not at 125. So maybe there's statistics in the assessor's database or something like that that could give us some guidance about how many houses were built between whatever, 1900 and 1925 or something like that. So you could say, well, there's 7 or there's 107, then we
Yeah, sure.
have some
Yeah, that's why
basis.
it's worthwhile to have some discussion.
Yeah, no, we should. And hopefully we'll have a planner shortly who can help with that. That, since there is no correspondence, is it for the agenda. Christina has said that we have 2 hearings for next scheduled event, which is March 19th, and no scheduled for, or no applications for April 2nd, and the deadline for applications is closed? Yesterday, okay. So we may not be meeting on April 2nd, absent some.
Could we meet and discuss changing the year?
We can't do it, it takes a time.
Well, we could discuss
We
it.
need a planner.
Well, no, we can
Discuss it.
discuss it. I don't know whether that would
I don't think it makes
help.
any sense.
I don't know whether we would have it.
I don't know if we'd have time to prepare anything for you either. Possibly, I could, but I'm not a planner either, so.
I don't know that we would need to have a special meeting just to discuss it at this stage. We can certainly discuss it on April, whatever, the next meeting, with more planning time. All right, anything else for the good of the cause? Mr. Burlingame?
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All right, Mr. Burlingame, your vote on the topic?
Aye.
Ms. Tennyson?
Yes.
Ms. Hamilton?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
And Mr. Lear also votes yes. Good job.